Hi. Okay, today was very exhausting emotional day. I did expect a lot, unfortunately, recently from government and from police and everything, but I didn't ever think that I would see things that I saw today online, not in Canada, not by Canadian police. Um, I always was telling my parents how Canadian police is polite and how good they are, how respectful they are, and so on and so on. I was pulled one time by police because when I just came to Canada, I didn't know about renewal of license plate. They were really, really polite and really nice, and they explained me everything, and I just went online. I paid for license plate renewal right away, and so on and so on. I wasn't fined, nothing. So this is what I was telling my parents and everyone, how much respect police has and so on and so on. Well, today I don't understand the politicians and everything and the chief of police that is also political mostly, trying to show their strength and everything. But let's see what they did. First of all, they brought police to the point that they are stealing private property. As simple as it is. So I saw a video how they confiscated the gas jerrycans. Well, first of all, it's private property. I don't even understand what authority they have. It's not illegal drugs. It's not alcohol. And it's funny because you can actually buy weed here and carry weed and smoke weed, but you can't have jerrycans of gas. So you are not allowed to have jerrycans of gas, apparently. So instead of looking for illegal drugs, stuff like this, they just confiscated the gas jerrycans that the supporters and truckers bought and brought for them for their use to heat up the trucks, so they will be able to sleep because they can't sleep anywhere else since the hotels denied all their bookings. So they have to sleep in their trucks. So police confiscated. I don't believe that they had court order for it because it's illegal to, like, on what grounds they can issue court order to confiscate all these dangerous gas jerrycans. So what right have they to confiscate some private property, basically, which is private property? So they did it. For me, I'm looking at it, it's just stealing. So they just stole it. They know that it won't work in court. They know that no court would give them permission to do it. So we just went and we just stole it. Okay. I don't know. Never thought I will see it. And then I saw a few videos like, listen, I know that I don't believe mainstream media. And I know that it's hard, really hard to fake Facebook live video. So if somebody is actually filming live, and then I saw something I thought I'll never see. So this guy that was parked with his truck, the pickup truck, he was pulled over by police. We didn't tell him why. Well, we tried. I said, "Did you have a phone in your hand?" He said no, and so on and so on. I said, "Okay, wait in the car." So they waited up behind him, and they brought additional police pickup truck that actually parked in front of him and then started to back up. And I don't understand what exactly they tried to do. Like, what did they think? After sitting 20 minutes with one police car, he would try to run. So they backed up to enforce him to do something, and he backed up back, and they just wanted to hit him and then to blame him for doing something. Everything was filmed, by the way. It's not like I'm inventing it or just saying lies. Everything is filmed on video. I shared it, and so on and so on. And then you see like 6, 7 police officers, and it was one guy in the truck, one guy, young guy, and they're cuffing him and so on and so on. And then something that, like, I can't still understand how something like this. So all the police officers were with masks, but one. the one that was like the most like powerful police officer, I don't know who he was, the bald one. So first of all, he was unmasked, so I don't really understand how can you enforce the rules, enforce public health restrictions and so on, and be without the mask with less than 6 feet distance between people. And he was without mask at all. Second, the lady that filmed it, she asked him, what is your name? And then he said, not your business. And I'm like, well, based on what I know, if you are asking police officer to identify himself, he must, by law, by regulations, by rules, by everything, he must say his name and his badge number. It's a law. I sent it, by the way, to Ottawa police to understand how can it be that he is not immediately suspended without pay until further notice, because like he just broke rules, all of them, like public health rules, identification rules, everything. And so this was the one, and I said, okay, well, maybe one case. And then I saw something much more horrible. So somebody else filmed, well, somebody was driving and he honked, and they pulled him over. And then turned out it was like some really old guy. I don't know, like you could see that he's old. And he's like, well, I'm not speaking with feet too much, so he was like 1 meter 40 centimeters. Like he was really short guy, older guy. And then you see two police officers, like each one almost twice tall than he is. And then they're yelling at him and swearing, and then one of the people that were filming it, yes, they were with Canadian flags, so obviously they were convoy supporters. So they asked the officer, we just came by the way there, and they asked the officer, what did he do wrong? What is the problem, why he was pulled over? You know what he said? Not your fucking concern. And I'm like, huh? This is how you are speaking. It doesn't matter if they are carrying flags, doesn't matter if they are supporters, not supporters. They are non-violent people that are walking on the street and asking you a question as a police officer, officer of law. And this is how you respond? It's like, and then you see these two morons, because I don't know how else to call them, two morons, barely managed to cuff this old, short guy, and they think that they can do whatever they want. And I'm like, this is why you are arresting the guy that is twice your age, with no respect to his age, no respect to his physical, like nothing. And you are swearing at him and yelling at him, and this is the police, like, listen, Nazi, I'm Jewish, and I'm saying, what they did, same like Nazis did to Jewish in Germany. All this speak about convoy, racist, and swastika flags and so on. I'm Jewish, and I'm saying, what they did today, it's Nazi. And I blaming them to be Nazis because they acted like Nazis. Nazis were doing it in 1939 to Jewish when it was the Kristallnacht. This is what we were doing. And Nazis in 1939 were doing it to non-Jewish that were opposing Hitler's regime. This is what they did. You don't agree with us? Torture, jail, that's it, done, dead. This is what they did. So all these people that are saying that convoy associated with racists and so on and so on. Listen, I saw today 3 organizers of convoy on YouTube video. And then he said, okay, one of them, Tamara, she's part native. Pat King, he's Canadian. And then one of them is Jewish. And he's like, what are you talking about? What racism are you talking about? How much can you lie? So I saw these clips, and then I saw more videos on TikTok and everything, how they're actually taking the jerrycans. So all these smart people that are saying things against convoy, blaming them for being racist and so on and so on. One, what they do today I, as Jewish, can compare to Nazis. Because I know, like, I have Kristallnacht, I have Holocaust embedded in me since my birthday. And I can say, what they did today to these two guys, Nazis. Simple as it is. Even that they are police and I respect police. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. So these specific people that did it should be immediately suspended and should be fired from the police. I know they will say, oh, we just did the orders, like we just had our order. There is a way to do order, even illegal order. Yes, you must comply, but there is a way to do it, and there is a way to do it. So the way that you did it, in both cases, Nazis. That's it. And then about the gas jerrycans and about this announcement from police, whoever will bring gas to truckers or food or something will be arrested. Are you nuts? Did you actually lose it, like all leftovers of your brain? Are you nuts? So if I'm bringing food to somebody that is sitting there, you will arrest me? On what grounds? It's peaceful protest. I'm bringing food or gas, and you are arresting me? You lost it. You totally lost it. And they would never be able to do it without emergency state. And this is exactly the problem. We have emergency state in all provinces and federal emergency states. They can do whatever they want. And this is one of the reasons this protest exists, to fight emergency state, because they can do whatever they want. They don't need not court order, nothing. They can do whatever they want. It's impossible to have emergency state for 2 years in democratic country. It's just unreal, unreasonable, and stupid. So, and again, all the smart people were saying, yeah, fight them, yes, take the gas and everything. Like, what if they will come to your home and they will take your, for example, literature, just because they don't really think that you should educate yourself? What's the difference? It's private property. What is the difference? If they did something illegal, go to court, blame them, or catch them doing something illegal and then arrest them. But confiscate the gas? Like, they towed trucks just because they had empty jerrycans in the back. So anyway, I don't know, but it's really dangerous start, like, to see how we can do whatever we want. They are preparing riot police. Come on. You already have polls with at least 32, but even, and I'm sure it's even more, % of Canadians really support the truckers. It's not fringe minority anymore. It's not just unvaccinated because I'm vaccinated. So you have at least 32% Canadians fully support truckers, strongly identify themselves with truckers. And this is what you're doing. You are bringing riot police, you are preparing raids. Like, are you kidding me? Some people are speaking about military. So yeah, military said that they won't get involved, but even to have this idea to bring military, for what? Do you have terrorists there with guns? That you need riot police and you need military to deal with it? Like, your stupid prime minister is hiding, doing absolutely nothing besides speaking with GoFundMe and pressing the Ottawa police to deal with it. He does absolutely nothing. He's a coward and he's hiding. And the whole world sees it, and they are saying it, like, oh, your prime minister has fled the capital city. I mean, but what is happening today, in my opinion, is just the proof how dangerous the emergency state is, in what dangerous situation we are, and unfortunately that the democracy is coming to the end here in Canada. It's like either you are with us, with government, liberal government, or you are against us. And if you are against us, we will shut you in any means. So we already have control over media, and we will have control over the people. This is what the narrative is. This is what we are doing slowly, step by step, and this is what we can see today. So yes, it was really hard day today for me emotionally, because I just saw the end of democracy. I don't believe that it will somehow be able to go back unless the protests will continue, and I don't know, like people will get smarter, I guess, but I don't really understand what we are going to do. I mean, it's crazy. Whoever is watching these video clips online, because you can see it in mainstream media, of course, they just found somebody filmed that two people came and shut down the door, identified themselves as trackers, and tried to put fire inside the building, and they're saying that these trackers and it's criminal. Like, first of all, if it's criminal, find these specific people that did this criminal act. I believe that if somebody stole something, you are not arresting all his neighborhood. You are finding the specific person that did specific act and you are arresting him. So what is the point to say that two trackers came in? And does it mean that all convoy came in? All supporters came into this building and tried to set it on fire, which I don't even believe it happened. And I believe it was staged. And the fact is that if it was filmed, so he probably, they were wearing masks. The trackers are not wearing masks. This is all the point. We are trying to be without masks. So, come on, guys, stop the provocations, stop all this BS, and start to be real. Say the truth. Start with truth, at least. And you know what? I saw it happening in Melbourne, and I was shocked. But to see it now, the police brutal force used against protesters, it's not even funny. It's crazy, it's madness, and it should stop right now. And all the responsible, including Mayor of Ottawa, that gave this order, including Chief of Police that planned it, gave an order to his officers what to do and how to do, and planned all this, they should go home. If not to jail, at least go home. Because what we are doing, it's well, we are not in war, but it's starting to look like a war. And what we are doing, it's war crimes. As simple as it is, it's war crimes against people. It doesn't matter if it's only 32% of Canadians. It's still quite a huge chunk of Canadians, and they are doing war crimes. It's crazy. And I really hope that eventually they will get sued and they will lose everything they have just for their decision to do what they are doing. He brought 1,800 police officers there, riot police, SWAT, like, seriously? And from other things, at least the world will see who is Trudeau. They already know, but still, like, they will have more proof, you know, like somebody that is yelling and screaming and kicking about these so-called vaccines, which basically only preventive care medicine. And he's saying you need to get vaccinated, to protect yourself, to protect your neighbors. And then he's with 3 shots getting COVID. So it's like kind of like you just went out stupid and you proved everyone that based on science, it's not vaccine because it's not preventing getting sick at all. Not 90%, not 95%. With all the people that had Omicron and all the people that died from Omicron, it doesn't protect anyone. So why to do more boosts and more boosters and more boosters? So it's crazy, but again, it's not about Trudeau, it's not about medicine, it's not about vaccine, it's about usage of police brute force against peaceful protesters. And I'm saying again, like, this guy, like, he's like 60, 70, half height, and like, it's just crazy. And it took 2 officers just to cuff him. And he wasn't even trying to prevent being cuffed. Like, he was just standing, and they just so incompetent that they couldn't even cuff him. But they were really brave and swearing and yelling at everyone and so on and so on. And they brought like 2 more police cars just to assist them. They are trying to provocate people to start violence from tracker side and so on and so on, so they will have even more justification, which we don't at all now. I believe that all people that got arrested, they will be released before court, because the court won't ever say that they should be arrested for what. They arrested this guy because he conked he honked the car, like in the car, to get arrested in his age, with everything, to get yelled at, to get swear at, and to get arrested because he honked in this car. God, where did we go to? It's like, sorry, where are we going to? Like, we're already in dictatorship, everybody knows. Emergency state, as per definition, is dictatorship, given unlimited power to officials that are in control. So it's already dictatorship. You can continue argue about it and so on, whoever doesn't believe it, but it's just definition. Once you have emergency state, there is no democracy. It's strictly dictatorship, curfews, and so on. It's fining people because they don't want to get vaccine, as they want to do in Quebec, which also, like, it's another topic for another video, I guess, but it's crazy. Okay, well, I'll go get some rest. Hopefully they won't do too much dangerous thing today night in Ottawa against protesters. I do expect, honestly, that some police officer will start standing up and saying, listen, this is not what we signed for. With all due respect, we signed to stop the crime, not to beat people that are basically same like as Canadians as we, as police officers. Like, they are same Canadians. So I hope that some of them will stand up and will say, stop, enough is enough, like military did. Military, we are not getting involved. So this is what I hope that the police officer will do. And if Trudeau wants to get involved, he can just go out of his hiding and try to say something, instead of hiding and doing, making other people to do his dirty work. He's not even coming to parliament anymore. Like, he has this leader of a liberal party, like in the House of Commons, and he's speaking for him, which kind of crazy if you are asking me. Like, stop hiding, get out, and go home. Thanks.